Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Memory here. We're everyone, ladies and gentlemen, for the ninth episode of Dororo. And first off, I do want to apologize. I was supposed to start this like 15, 20 minutes ago or so, and I was actually about to start the stream. It was like a couple minutes till it was actually going to start. And my food got here, so I was like, I went upstairs and ate, and I had to push back the stream because I would have literally had to leave midstream to eat my food because I didn't want it like sitting there. So I guess it's better that it did come before and that like I had to push it back because if it literally would have came while I was in the middle of the stream, then that would have kind of been weird. So I do apologize for this being pushed back like 15 or 20 minutes later. So because of that, we're not going to waste any time here at the beginning of the episode. We're gonna get right into episode 9. I did like what we had with Saru in the previous episode and all that. And another thing that really caught my attention that we discussed in the previous episode was that how they've never really we've just assumed that Dororo was a boy, was a little boy, right? But I think, and I say I think, but I'm pretty sure they kind of revealed to us in the previous episode that Dororo is actually a girl because of the whole like brides thing. You know how the that centipede demon or whatever was like, it was only like eating brides or like girls. It was only it only wanted them as like the sacrifices and all that. And when Dororo, was dressed up as one and was there, the centipede came. The demon actually showed up. And for me, I was like, well, if Dororo was a boy, I don't even think it would have been like how the other a lot of the other guys ended up as we saw, because we're not strictly saying that the centipede only like, because it was like eating those dudes and throwing them, spitting them out, and killing them or whatever. So it was different in the case of some of the guys, right? But for the girls, as we saw, there it was like different with them like being sacrificed and all of that. So yeah, we don't like actually have confirmation, but that was just something I caught in the previous episode. I was like, does that pretty much tell us that Dororo is a girl? Maybe they're gonna go more into it. I don't know if that's how they were supposed to reveal it, but we'll see if they do go into it, because that's something I do want to go into more, and I know a lot of us want to go into more is Dororo's past. So yeah, we'll see what we have with this episode. We're starting at the very beginning, 0 seconds, and we're gonna get started here in 3, 2, 1, play. I just said I didn't want to talk at the beginning, and then I talked. But that is something that's a big point. Obviously, Dororo is one of the main characters, so it's a big thing to kind of discuss and point out with the series, and just kind of my thinking behind it. But we'll see. We'll see what they do from this point onward. Yeah, man, getting these things like back, it's understandable why he's like this. All right, my boy. See, yeah, like I can't help but say my boy because I've just thought he was a boy this whole time, and now it's kind of different. And we're gonna have to take care of that. That's not good, though. That is not good. We don't want to see a sick Dororo at all. Well, it said he was just dizzy. I don't know if Dororo was actually like sick, or we'll see though. But Hyaki, you can't blame him, right? I mean, like I said, we brought this up in the previous episode as well. Imagine getting these things back at just you haven't had these things for your whole life, and then at an instant's notice, excuse me, like at the snap of a finger, you get it. Like smelling, right? Like imagine not being able to smell your whole life, and then at an instant's notice, just getting that fully back, and then everything you would. Oh, dude, I couldn't even imagine. Mm. Oh, I cannot wait till we go more into Dororo's backstory, though. That's like the biggest thing that I want right now from this series. And I hope they go into it soon. I don't know when specifically, but we've heard like little things about like his family, his parents, and all that, but we haven't gone like fully into it. I'm waiting for that. Story of the mercilessness. And Yaki's gonna have to deal with this man's like creeped out. And this, I was just about to say, like Yaki's gonna have to talk to people, somehow get him treated, somehow get help for him. Ah, and when he said Dororo's name in the previous episode as well, I forgot about that, dude. Ah, how could I forget about that? That was beautiful, man. He's kind of struggling with Dororo hot body. He's like kind of just simplifying it as much as you like can with him. That was a glimpse of Dororo's mother. Apparently, she was like in a field of like looked like red kind of like those right there, like those flowers or those. He's all right. You gotta worry about yourself. I understand why you gotta worry about Hyaki, but you also gotta worry about yourself. Hates those red spider lilies. Reminds him of his parents. Just as I was talking about, like I hope they go more into his. I keep calling him his, but I do hope they go more into it, and it looks like they are in this episode. Boss, the boss, huh? It's Papa. Daigo's army. There's the mother. So adorable. Hang him up on a tree. That kind of sounds wrong. Doesn't I don't think they actually mean like hanging, but like the way they put it, like a little Dororo though, man. Dororo's still small, like, but like as a kid like this. Uh oh. Oh shit. And if these are like Daigo's men, if that's like the connection, like that would be crazy. Like if Daigo and his men, killed, like did something to Dororo's parents and the people. Jeez. Damn. I love the tone of this, or like how they're shaping this with the black and white and with the. Jeez. Dororo seeing all that, right in front of. Yeah. The red, the blood. That's where the hate for those red spider lilies comes from, huh? I would be shook as well seeing that firsthand. So she like takes Dororo and like kind of obviously not safe to stay with them, but they kind of had to be separated. Makes sense. Oh, I don't think they said they had to be separated, but they had to move a lot. Okay, that I had that mixed up. Seriously? Damn. I mean, I kind of like, but to totally forget about the past and what has happened because of these samurai, because of these some of these lords, to just totally forget about that. I think he's kind of fooling himself in his head. I don't think that's really what he believes. The Itachi guy. Man, so the I mean the mother Dororo right on like seeing them do all this right on the front lines, like literally kind of like front row seats. Like you'd think they'd try to like get him out of the way or something, you know? Like they would be away from all this shit. Oh shit. He like turned against him. Wow. Jeez, dude. For real. This guy did seem kind of sketchy to me though when they first showed him. Huh. After what he was saying to Dororo, and Dororo's just like, what the hell, man? Like, seriously? But as at that young of an age, seeing all this on the front lines of wars and fights, and seeing all this bloodshed, seeing all these dead bodies, seeing your parents like struggling like this. Ugh. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Just to survive. They were just out here like just roaming around like trying to survive with whatever means necessary after that whole thing went down. Jeez. Just literally burnt his face with that torch. Another village. Saying stop this. Like no more. Oh no. Oh shit. This man can barely like walk. At like he can't really. Jeez. Right in front of Dororo too. Jeez, he still has the spear in his, and he shoved it through while it was in his body like that. Probably said something like along the lines of "Please take care of Dororo." Like, wow, man. No wonder he doesn't want to think about this stuff and has like nightmares about this stuff, man. Starving, wandering out, like it just wherever, middle of nowhere. Probably don't even know where they are. How many dead bodies like has it like look, dude, seeing so much death and seeing like in these times like that young of an age. Probably not even for Dororo, for a lot of the other kids as well that are out there. Wow, look who it is. Bastard. Bastard. What a dickhead. This guy's a scumbag. In her hands. It's hot. That shit's about to burn her hands. Oh my. Just to feed Dororo. Dude, look at her hands. That's so sad, man. Gotta be smart or you'll die. And the beginning of the series, Dororo calls it like the smartest thief, like that whole thing from the beginning of the series. Starvation. Look at her. Man. Man, I said I wanted to see his backstory or Dororo's backstory, but I really didn't want to see this. That's so freaking sad, dude. It must be difficult traveling with such a young girl. Rose a girl. I guess with the previous episode, this was supposed to be like the reveal, the actual like. Oh, oh shit. Maki, he's coming. He is coming. Oh man, news of baby without limbs. Daigo, I wonder who the hell that is. He's like, what? Holy shit. He's coming though. So I mean, with the previous episode, with what we were talking about, or with what I, what I thought, excuse me, like with them pretty much telling us in the previous episode that, or at least teasing at it, whatever you want to say, that Dororo was a girl. Pretty much had that confirmation in this episode that Dororo is actually a girl. So all these times I'm like, my boy, and have been referring to Dororo as he. Like I was wrong the whole time. Probably a lot of us were referring to Dororo as that because we never really knew. We just, I guess, kind of assumed, as well, at least for anime onlys, we just assumed, right, this was like a little boy, but Dororo is actually female, man. Um, that like I was saying, man, like I wanted to go into the backstory and wanted to see like more of her parents and all of that, but like I really didn't want to see that stuff. Especially with the mother at the end, like just her where like they were traveling, probably didn't even know where the hell where they were going, trying to survive by any means necessary. The little food that they did end up getting, it went straight to Dororo. She didn't even have any for herself, as we saw. She just ultimately just starved to death, right? Just but witnessing your parents like deaths at that young of an age, right in front of you, in these war times, like when you're already seeing a lot of bloodshed, a lot of lives being lost, but then your own parents, and in that way too, like right in your mother falling, right in front of you and dying, and then your dad, seeing your dad get killed, pierced right in front of you as well. Like, man. The thing I will say though is, and it's the sad, fucked up truth, and it goes to Itachi. If anything, that was kind of a good lesson for Dororo. Even though it is twisted, it's like kind of the reality, I guess, of this world is that you got to be smart, right? You got to know how to outsmart someone. You got to know how to be slick. You got to know, and that's Dororo, after his parents went, he went into the kind of being a thief. He was really sly, smart. It's kind of made him into what she is now. And I like there's still Dororo still has plenty more time to like improve and get better at whatever it may be. But you know what I'm saying? So even though Itachi was a scumbag and ended up he was a traitor, right? And like I'm saying, fuck this guy. Still kind of a good lesson for Dororo, even though it is twisted. So I do like that part of it, but it's just the sad reality of what I guess you have to do in these times to survive. It's just it's sick. It really is. Like it shouldn't have to be like that. But damn. I was talking about the beginning, man. Like I really cannot wait for them to go into Dororo's backstory. I wonder when they're gonna do it, and then they out of this episode, man, they do it. Great stuff though. Great stuff, I gotta say. Um, Great parents too. Like they're I mean, they were just doing what they had to do to survive. And in these times, in these war times, like it's kind of hard for there to be peace or for you not to be fighting, right? So, in how they emphasize the color red, the color of blood in this episode, like with the red spider lilies and just blood. I loved what they did with that in this episode as well. So all around, great stuff. Something we've all been waiting for and have wanted and got that in this episode, and I'd say it delivered 100% in my opinion. So yeah, that's about all I got to say about this episode of Dororo. Let me know what you all thought of it. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace.